go.
Peace. How you doing, brother?
Peace, peace. What's going on, old friend?
Yes. Always good to connect, brother. Always good to connect and bring something to the people that's going to benefit them. You want to introduce yourself first, and then I go second, and what it is
Okay.
that we're doing.
Okay, my name is Belvin Jessup. I'm an owner of HypnoWorks LLC. HypnoWorks provides hypnotherapy, Reiki, and neuro-linguistic programming service to people to help them reach their goals. We help with a wide variety of things because everything starts in the mind. So what we actually do in a short, just brief synopsis is just we help you reprogram the subconscious mind with what we call suggestion therapy. But we use hypnotherapy as a technique to help a person to relax in order to receive those suggestions, in order for those suggestions to have an impact on the way they think and the way they feel and with the way they behave. So I've been doing this for like 5 years now. I've been in mental health for over 15, almost 20 years. So I've just used these techniques to help people with a lot of daily issues that people have, whether it be mental, whether it be physical. They could be in pain, they could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be stop smoking, it could be procrastinate, you name it. Because everything starts in the mind. So that's what I do with HypnoWorks. Tell them about yourself, bro.
That's great. Yeah, my name is Monte Reed, and basically I'm into natural healing when it comes to the utilization of herbs, fasting, plant-based nutrition, and a lot of different breathing techniques, hot and cold therapy. I did this basically when I was having issues with my heart about 7 years ago. I had incidents where I flatlined pretty much 9 times within a year period, and they were unable to find out what was going on until like the 5th time that I actually flatlined, and I was in the hospital, and it happened again 5 times in about a span of 3 hours. So I was grateful for the pharmaceutical meds that they used to help stabilize me, and the actual paddling to jumpstart my heart again.
Wow.
So I knew that I wasn't going to be using pharmaceutical meds as far as trying to heal and correct that condition. I believe pharmaceutical meds are good in acute situations, but they're not good for the body in long-term solution to healing the body. So I got into this in order to heal myself, and then I end up being able to start to really expand on it and work with other individuals to help heal them of certain things. Really, they're healing themselves. I'm just providing them the techniques and things of that nature to help them go and master the process of getting their body back in line and back balanced. So basically, that's the basis of what it is that I do. And Belvin and I, we're happy to bring you guys what we consider to be something that will definitely help what many individuals are going through, which is anxiety. It's a big thing that they say over 40 million Americans. We know that it's a lot more, especially in the Black community. It's probably even higher because a lot of us don't go and get checked out for the things it is that we're dealing with. We just try to deal with it. So basically, Belvin and I are going to combine our talents to bring forth a protocol program that you guys can definitely benefit from in healing yourself of that anxiety. You know what I mean? So Belvin, you want to speak a little bit more?
Yeah, anxiety, like you said, 40 million Americans, they say, but I would say half of the people we see, including ourselves sometimes, you always got to put yourself in the matrix. Yes. And that's why we learn these techniques, because we use them on ourselves first. I didn't believe in Reiki, hypnosis, or anything, but once I saw how, you can use them to be beneficial and calm yourself and program yourself to reach the goal that you're trying to accomplish in life, that's beneficial. Like I always say that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. You have to hypnotize yourself in order to get what you want. It's not, we're just guiding you through the process. We're not doctors, we're not claiming to be doctors, but we're just guiding you through the process, with the herbs and the things that you suggest, the fasting and the mind therapy and the suggestion therapy that I suggest. So with anxiety, that's a common thing that people contact me for. You know, a lot of people have excess worry, fear, and whether people know it or not, those things cause physiological problems in your body. Your immune system is affected when you are in fear. It's affected when you're always worrying about something. People have panic attacks, and what happens when a person has a panic attack? They start breathing heavily. And when you start breathing more than your body's supposed to, you know, they say your body breathes between, I think, an average of 16 to 18 breaths per minute. So when you in a panic mode or in a fearful mode, what you're breathing more. You know, even, you know, they say, you know, that's a negative form of increasing the heart rate. You know, a positive form is working out, but when you're worrying and you're negative, you're causing different chemicals to go off in your body that's causing your body to break down. So when you're breathing at a faster rate, it's going to cause, you know, certain things to happen in your body. So what the first thing I get people to do, if you even watch any of my sessions online, Monte, you ever notice that the first thing I do is get a person to take 3 long, deep breaths. Even when you get into massage therapy, even when even when you're working out, you got to be conscious of your breathing. Make sure you're breathing properly in between sets and things of that nature. Make sure your heart rate is at a certain place. You know what I mean? So the breath is most important when you're dealing with anxiety. You got to get a person to calm down and relax. You know, instead of the worry, just focus on how you're going to overcome the issue and, you know, not let it affect you physically, mentally, and spiritually, because it's going to affect you just by constantly worrying and programming. A lot of people get in the habit of programming themselves to worry. They do it on a daily basis. They worry about the same things. And it's really your mind that's doing it. You're doing it to yourself. Just like you can heal yourself, you can hurt yourself. You know, so anxiety, yeah, it's very common. It's very common amongst people.
Yes, that was a great breakdown. And again, I want to second what it is that you said about the practice that we utilized on ourselves first to heal ourselves of certain things as far as the anxiety, as far as, in my case, the anxiety, the heart issue, and many, many other issues that I was dealing with, that I literally chose to incorporate what it is that I was learning and heal myself first before I ever thought about trying to spread that to others. I know that it works. I know that if applied, if practiced consistently, and if going in it with the right mindset as well, makes the difference in the individual being able to heal themselves. So learning these techniques and things that both of you and I offer, like you said, they're just the tools, but they're tools that we've utilized on ourselves and we've mastered the principles of those tools. Therefore, we feel comfortable enough knowing that we can help individuals to achieve the same state of being that we are achieving on a daily basis. And I would say that I practice my stuff every day, even though I feel like I've corrected a lot of things. I know that these things can get out of balance at any time. So every day I'm practicing what it is that has brought me back to a good standing when it comes to my health. But it's an ongoing process. You said something that was amazing when it came to the breathing, because that's one of the things that I really started. And there are many different techniques, as you know, of doing breathing, but it is so important that we master the breath in order to balance out that sympathetic and that parasympathetic nervous system, and bring our body back to balance. Like the guy that we both have been watching, Wim Hof, his techniques. I've been utilizing those techniques, and they have been powerful. They're breathing techniques. And would you like to tell them about how breathing can also help with the digestive system, et cetera, help elimination and so forth?
Right. Because a lot of times you hold a lot of toxins from the things that we eat. And a lot of times that obstructs your breathing patterns, you know, that makes you tired. That makes, you know, it causes physical responses to you. So you definitely have to correct your breathing. You know, breath is life. So it's not only going to help your digestive tract, it's going to help your thoughts, your mindset, your energy levels, your ability to handle stress. We live in a stressful world, you know, and you know, a lot of people, especially in the Black community, might say, like, we don't want help with mental health.
Yes.
So our people been going through 400 years of trauma, of suffering, of traumatic events. You know, the traumatic events can hurt you even if you did, even if it necessarily doesn't even happen to you. Like you can just tell somebody about a traumatic event, and it's going to have a response on their circulatory system, their respiratory, their digestive system. So it's the thoughts and your mind controls your body. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of people, you know, suffer from PTSD, but in the Black community, there's another thing. It's not just post-traumatic stress disorder; it's post-traumatic slave disorder. You know, going from 400 years about people going through all type of horrific events, and you know, fear and worry. Remember, fear and worry is the basis of anxiety. Yes. So Black people are always in a fearful, worried state. When the cops get behind you, you know, being around certain other people, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's things we have to tell our children that other people don't necessarily have to tell their children in regards to law enforcement, in regards to the system, and just their reactions to society. So fear and worry definitely have an impact on your digestive system, you know. And not only that, you're going to eat different things, comfort food. Like when you're in fear and you're worrying, you want certain foods that's going to help you bring yourself down. So many times the foods that bring you down is sugars, breads, things that, you know, is not good for your health. That's going to hurt your digestive tract. That's going to hurt your you know, I mean, your immune system. So it's all about, like you said, mindset. Mindset is everything. You know, putting yourself in the correct mindset, wanting to correct some of the things that you've learned from generation to generation, how to eat the wrong foods. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up soon. A lot of people eat a lot of meats that are not good for them. They're salty and GMO products and things of that nature. And it's going to have an effect over the way you think and the way you feel. So, you know, mindset, eating habits, breathing, meditation, you know, those are all good keys to anxiety. What I wanted you to touch on is the herbs that you showed me the other day, some of the effects of those herbs that you have and how that helps with anxiety and things of that nature.
Yeah, definitely. Basically, we're dealing with the program and with what I call the anxiety code, which I put together a program of different things, including herbs, the cold hot therapy, breathing techniques, as well as a food list like you talked about, the 8 to 10 foods that are definitely detrimental when it comes to anxiety and managing anxiety, and the plant-based foods that are basically beneficial for the body when it comes to anxiety specifically. So basically with the herbs, basically we're dealing with 5 herbs, and there are more herbs that literally help to reset the balance in the body, helps to calm down the nervous system, helps to relax the body. Some act as sedatives, so to speak, soft sedatives that don't put you to sleep, but actually calm the body, that actually relaxes the body, along with the other things that you're doing. Herbs alone are going to have very little impact if you're not doing the other things that come into play. They can have an impact even if you're not doing those things, but in order to see true results, the 5 herbs that I'm specifically tying into this anxiety code, have been shown to actually do what it is that they do when it comes to helping to balance out the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, to calm the body, to relax the body, etc. Many people think herbs are just something that are some woo-woo out in the wild, mystical type things, because we've been taught that pharmaceuticals are the key. But herbs are nature's natural medicinal things for the human body. And they have these chemicals that are already in our body, but they just enhance those properties that have been suppressed due to the bad eating habit, due to the worrying, and due to all those things. So we're definitely going to break down within the anxiety code. We have the herbs for you guys to utilize, as well as a food list for you guys, as well as food list of what foods not to eat, a food list of what foods that you should incorporate, and also, again, the breathing techniques, the fasting techniques, the hot cold therapy techniques. All these things will be in the anxiety code, and you'll have those things at your disposal. You know what I mean? So basically, it'll be a one-off with those things. You'll be able to use those for the rest of your life. So basically, that's what it is that I'll be presenting to the collaboration.
Yeah, that's
Belvin, you'll be presenting more of the hypnotherapy sessions and things, and they overlap just a little bit, but not to the point where it's redundant. You know what I mean? And so I think the combination of the both of what it is that we're presenting is going to be beneficial, and it's definitely going to help individuals to heal themselves.
True, true. And like you were saying, just to touch on what you were saying about the pharmaceutical companies, you know, they get the herbs and they just dilute it, mix and tamper with it and turn it into a pill. You feel what I'm saying? They find go to the forest in Africa and South America and different places, find those herbs, find the herb that's been working for thousands of years, and then they turn it into a medicine and sell it. You know, so people, like you said, people had a misconception about herbs and think that, you know, it's something you get from a tree and some hocus pocus. And no, herbs is the real deal, like nature. Like one thing that people with anxiety always prescribe them to do is go outside into nature more. You have to go outside and feel at one with the universe again. Forget the worry, forget the fear. You know, smell the flowers, see the trees, take a nature walk. You know, us in this virtual world, and we always on the computer. Now with the COVID, they definitely have everybody on the computer doing Zoom meetings and things of that nature. You always got to take walks, go outside, get some sunlight, get some vitamin D. Remember they were saying vitamin D, you know, causes certain things and things of that nature. Like, get that sunlight, charge that melanin. You know, especially if you're a black person, like charge that melanin because that makes you healthy. Just getting proper sunlight, proper rest, proper amounts of water. Take the correct herbs. Because most of the time with me, it's not just one session that you get from me. Because the person will sign up for one session, but you actually get 7 days of working with me. Because after that one section, I'm going to give you some techniques and some self-hypnosis techniques to go over to reinforce what we did in a session. But I'm going to also prescribe like the herbs that you're talking about, the herbs that help people relax. We didn't have the CBD conversation, but that's a whole nother conversation. Like just different herbs and things of that nature, you know, to help person with the fear and the worry. Because a lot of times you're causing all these things to happen. You just got to get yourself into a mindset. Well, I'm relaxed. I'm going to handle this differently. You know, even if you have to count backwards, just focus on your breathing. You know, things of that nature, and that helps the anxiety go away. That helps because one of the first things I do is ask a person, what are their symptoms? When I'm doing my assessment part. Some people, their palms are sweating. Some people sweat all over their body. Some people, you know, they get lightheaded. Some people feel it in their stomach. Some people start to get a headache when they're starting to have a panic attack. You know, but your mind is racing with thoughts. So once you get your mind to calm down, because relaxation is the key. You know, once you get the mind to calm down, that's when I put the suggestions in of the things that you wanted. So now your palms are not sweating anymore. Now your stomach is not upset when you're about to do a presentation or public speaking or go in front of a crowd or just everyday living. So, you know, combining our services is definitely, you know, just a knowledge, you know, that we share amongst ourselves when we talk. People can get a lot from it. Fasting, the herbs, hypnotherapy, guided meditation, all those things help you. But let's talk about the video, because that was some interesting things, and I know you call it, I don't know if you're gonna call it shower therapy, but it's things you can do because we ain't buying any lakes or ancient rivers, or you know, we can dip ourselves in, so we got to do it in the shower. But talk about that, because I think that's very interesting, because you know water is cleansing anyway. You know, and to break all healing techniques down, holistic healing techniques, they all go back to fire, earth, air, and water. One of those things are helping you heal yourself. Air when you breathe in, earth with the correct foods, fire is already in you and your solar plexus and your energy level. And water, of course, helps bring you comfort, healing properties. Not just drinking water. Cleanliness is next to godliness. But let's talk about that shower technique.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so basically within the anxiety protocol on my end, I have what is called the shower. I utilize what is called the cold hot therapy, and I utilize it with the shower. And I got this from Wim Humph. This guy, he's called the Iceman. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not, but basically what he's been able to accomplish, and it's been documented, it's been scientifically studied by universities, and they've come to have to rewrite some of their preconceived notions of the limitations of the human body. And he's utilized what is called hot cold therapy with the shower, along with his breathing techniques, to actually literally make his immune system almost impenetrable. He was able to, he was studied, and he's been able to actually, he was injected with E. coli or some bacteria that literally causes the body to have a physiological response, heating up, sickness, fever, etc.
Right.
After doing his technique, doing his hot cold shower and his breathing techniques, he allowed them to inject him, and he had absolutely no response, meaning his body and his physiological state didn't change at all. He literally was able to control his thoughts and control his immune system, able to tap into the autonomic immune nervous system to control how his body would respond to being injected with the poison. And he is not a freak of nature, because he was able to teach that to many, many more people, and they did those people the same way, and they had the same no physiological response. And before him, they had did this treatment or test how the body would respond to E. coli with over 16,000 patients over the years. And him and his people that he taught, within 4 days, they were the only ones that's been able to do that from those who have been tested. So the cold and hot therapy utilized in the shower is more or less how I utilize it daily. Is I go in the shower, I take a hot shower for about 5 minutes, wash myself up real good, and then I turn it to the cold, and I go in and I stay in the cold shower for at least 3 minutes, if not more. Me personally, I've added some chanting type slangs, such as I am sayings, I am love, I am peace, I am compassion, I am strength, I am joy, I am happiness. Everything that I want to embody, I utilize that while I'm doing my cold shower as well, as far as prepping my mind, as well as strengthening my immune system, etc. And the thing about it is, after you come out of that cold shower, the body, you would think that it causes the sympathetic nervous system to act, but it acts not in the way of the fight and flight, which damages the body over a period of time, because we're constantly in the fight and flight, and not for short periods. Right. Because of worry, because of fear, and the body shifts to that fight or flight sympathetic nervous system, because the body doesn't know the difference between whether the mind is actually experiencing it or it's just a thought. So the body actually responds when you're in worry, when you're in fear, as if it has to be ready for fight or flight. When it comes to this cold shower therapy, the body is in the sympathetic system, but you're getting a different type of response. Like you spoke earlier about, I can't remember exactly, but you told the difference between the heart rate being high from working out and the heart rate being high from worry. Same thing here. Difference from the body being in the sympathetic nervous system from just embracing that short-term good stress versus the worry, the fear, which is that long-term consistent stress, which drives the body into the sympathetic nervous system for a long time, and it becomes detrimental. So this actually is, this sympathetic state is actually a beneficial sympathetic state, and it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the basis. That's just a brief synopsis of what it is that the cold and hot therapy does for the body, and it relaxes the body, relaxes the mind. After you come out of the shower, the body automatically brings itself back to balance.
Right.
And now you're back into that parasympathetic, and now you're just in a good state of being. Combined with breathing techniques, etc., it becomes a healing thing versus a thing that destroys the human body. So that's the basis of that, Brother Bev.
Yeah, and it's, you know, just put it in my mind, because people practice this technique whether they know it or not just by getting out the shower. A lot of times when you're in the shower, that brings a lot of thoughts. You start your day off, you think about your day of work. If you're an anxiety person, you might be worrying, you might be feared. That's your time right there, first thing in the morning, is to start your day off right there in the shower. So that's what I liked about when we discussed it. You know, it's just, and I actually have a meditation routine that goes right along with this. I make you, as the water rushes all over your body, I make you visualize that all your negative thoughts, all your worries, all your fears are going down into the drain. You know, I do that in a meditative state. When a person has their eyes closed, I just make them picture themselves and imagine themselves in their own shower. Imagine them turning the shower knob on. Imagine them feeling the water that touches their body. And imagine them seeing the water rush down the drain as a sign of all negativity that's in their life, all bad auras, you know, things of that nature. So it goes right along with it, because you can use those affirmations while you're in the cold setting. You know, from turning it from hot for 5 to 7 minutes, then turn the water cold for 3 minutes. You know, but I liked it as soon as you told me about it. I was like, yeah, because I heard aspects of this before, even with people who study tantra, and I ain't gonna go too much into tantra, but people who study tantra know that you go to and take cold showers on purpose. Yes. Doing certain things that you're doing, you take a cold shower on purpose just to relax yourself and center the energy and make it go back, and not use and deplete your energy if you're a man. But that's a whole nother story. We ain't gonna get into all that right now. You know what I mean? But yes, it all, you know, because we don't own these techniques. We were talking about this before we started the video. Like, these techniques have been in existence for thousands of years. You know, and a lot of times in the Black community, people are scared of these techniques, but these are techniques that our ancestors used to overcome fear, to overcome, you know, they lived longer back then. There's a reason for that. You know, the food was more natural, the air was more natural, their thoughts were more pure. You know, we live in a very stressful society. That's why I say anxiety affects everybody at some point in their life. Yes. You know, if you're anxious, the only difference between a severe case of anxiety and a mild state of anxiety is a severe state of anxiety is when a person can't do a daily routine anymore. They can't have a job because they have anxiety. They can't be around other people because they have anxiety. You know, they feel like they're going to have a panic attack. You know, they're going to get sick and things of that nature. So, you know, people have it on that's a severe level. But on mild levels, you have anxiety when you have, you know, briefly when you might be going to a job interview, when you're talking to someone new, when you're doing public speaking, when you know, a lot of people come to me for test-taking anxiety. You know, a lot of people have problems. They might know the information, they study for weeks, but when they get in front of that test, they're worrying, they're in fear, and they're not performing well on the test. You know, so a lot of times you got to put them in that trance-like state so they can see themselves being relaxed in that situation, calming themselves in that situation, and just controlling, you know, their thoughts. Like, you can't really, let me say this, you can't really control your thoughts. Like, if I got somebody to close their eyes right now and just relax, you're still going to have thoughts running in your mind. Yes. The thing is, when I talk to people and I talk to them about bypassing the critical factor, which is the beta state to the alpha state to the theta state to the delta state. The beta state is your conscious state. That's when I was talking about 16 to 18 breaths per minute. But when you relax and you go into that alpha state, your breath's lower. You might be doing 8 breaths per minute. You might be doing 6 breaths per minute. And just by doing that, you just relax your whole body. A lot of times, people are so relaxed, they don't want to open their eyes because they've never felt that before. You know, just to close your eyes and just let me focus and relax. And yeah, I'm still having thoughts, but they're just passing by. I'm not even paying attention to them anymore. I might be in the beach in my mind. I might be visualizing myself in the shower. You know, and I tell people all the time, I have no power over you. I'm just guiding you. I'm giving you good orderly direction, as we say. I'm guiding you through the process. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, it's a beautiful thing to use such a thing. Simple things. People think that you need to spend thousands of dollars. Your shower can bring you therapy. Your thoughts, your food, your going without food can bring you therapy. Because fasting, man, you had a conversation about this when COVID first started. Fasting is so beneficial. It gives your body time to rest. Like, your body is always processing foods and processing thoughts. Just let me fast. Trust me, if you fast for 2 or 3 days, you're gonna have a spiritual experience. Like, you're gonna have cravings and desires. You're gonna have to control all that. And that's what it's about, mastering yourself, knowing thyself, mastering yourself. So definitely look forward to working with you again, bro. Combining these services. I want the people to check out the dude. What's his name? William Huff, right?
Yeah, name Wim Huff, W-I-M, Huff, H-O-F. When you share this video with me, what I'll do is I'll find a way to upload it on my site, and I'll put all the information that about Wim Huff in it as well, but also put your information in it as well for my people, you know what I mean, that don't have your information, or you can give it to them right now as far as the your website and your email address for they can contact you. And I'll be putting, when you share the video with me, I'll be putting the things in it as well, your information, my information, Wim Huff, because they definitely would benefit for that. And before we leave, I wanted to second you on the vitamin D, especially for those of us who are African Americans, Black, whatever we want to call ourselves. The darker we are, we definitely need to be able to be exposed to the sun and get that vitamin D. The lighter you are, the less you need. You still need it, but those of us who are considered dark skinned, and the darker you are, the vitamin D is not just a vitamin, it's actually a hormone, and it's actually absolutely essential to many functionings of the body being done in a way that is in coherence with how the body should function. And many individuals are definitely deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D3 is one of the ones that they say that is the best for absorption. And I actually have a multivitamin that I actually, out of my shop, that I actually sell now. Well, it's multi-mineral, multivitamin, and it's been greatly beneficial, you know what I mean, with getting the body all the essential vitamins and minerals that the body needs. So, and vitamin D is one of them. But if you can get out in that sun and in nature, that's what you want to be at. That's where you want to be at, and that's what you want to do in order to get it naturally. But yeah, brother, that's pretty much all I have to say. And I really appreciate you spending time with me, man, and building on these things and actually sharing this vitamin.
You as well. I appreciate you. You know, and you know, this is a journey we both been on, you know, for many years. You know, just you know, finding, you know, health, wealth, and knowledge of self, as I say. You know, and just being on that along that process, and it's taking us through. You know, we all have our own separate story, but it's taking us through, you know, trials and tribulations that we've experienced that we can tell other people about, and how these services can help you. Because like I was saying in the beginning, I didn't believe in any of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, meditation, herbs. If you would have told me about this in high school, told you about this in high school, we probably would have looked like, what?
Yeah, this is a weird thing.
Right. You acting weird.
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
But in our community, we got to get over that. Like, our community needs more healing than any other community.
Yeah, definitely.
And mentally, physically, spiritually. So we have to utilize these things that we forgot, that our ancestors used.
Yes.
So I'm definitely looking forward to combining our services. We'll put our information up. I'm sure I'll edit this video, put some stuff in and put an intro in and stuff like that. But let's get it popping for the people, because I tell people this all the time. I say it's not It's not about the hypnosis.
Yes.
It's about the results.
About the results. Yeah, definitely.
You come to me and you had an issue, and then when you leave me, you don't no longer have that issue. That's what I want. The hypnosis happens every day, whether people know it or not.
Right.
With or without me.
Yeah. And that's
that TV on, and when you scroll through Facebook, trust me, you're in a trance. You don't even know it. You know what I mean? So it's about putting you in a trance to take those herbs, take those services you have, learn about fasting, learn about, alkaline, acid, pH levels, learn about mindsets, and different techniques you can use to overcome obstacles that we all have in our life. But on that note, bro.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you, and we're going to be in contact. And and this is for the people. So in regards to these two services, and we definitely going to lead you in the right direction and not the wrong direction.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, we'll touch bases, and I reach out to you, find out when you finish your editing of the video, so that we can so I can upload it on my site as well, so we can reach out to the people, because it's definitely what they need, man. We need it, and we utilize it every day, so we know that those who are not utilizing it need it as well, especially if they're suffering, and we are here to bring them results. They're going to get the results because they have the power within themselves to do it. It's just the tools, and like I say, accessing those tools and utilizing them like we've been able to do now, and bought into the fact that nature is where the healing is at. You just have to learn how to utilize that which is natural for you and to you.
You just gave me an idea for a whole nother video, so they might see you together real soon.
Yeah, definitely. I think
it's something within you.
Yeah. I think
the power. People don't know that the power, and that's what you touched on in the video. The power of belief and the placebo effect. The power to know that you can heal yourself.
Yes.
More than you think you can.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll definitely start getting together more, because we got so much that we can bounce off. Like, this is just a small aspect of all the combined knowledge that we've obtained and been able to pursue over these past years, healing ourselves and helping to heal others. So we definitely, man, on a more regular basis, we can bring these things to the people. You know what I mean? And I think it would be something that's going to be very beneficial for them. You know what I mean? Definitely, brother. So let's we'll definitely touch bases, and we'll see where this goes. All right.
Okay.
All right. Peace and love, bro.
All right, peace.